Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining Stocks Network Trading. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. Welcome guys. It's almost 7 p.m. Eastern, and in another hour the futures market's going to open up. It's Tokyo. I enjoy these sessions. I hope you guys do too. So we're going to mix it up a little bit in the next couple weeks. We're going to do some New Yorks. We're going to do some post New Yorks. We're going to do this session, Tokyo/futures. We're going to do Friday morning. We're going to do a London session. And we're just going to continue moving around the clock every couple weeks around, see how volume is moving all over the markets. Okay, guys? And hopefully we can meet some new snipers around the world at different sessions, and we can continue to learn and earn together. Okay, guys? So let's get into it, because we're going to go till about 9 p.m., maybe just a little after 9. And then we'll take a little bit of a break, because we're going to be back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Eastern, for live London. Okay, so I hope all of you guys are doing well. And I'm going to get started. So I appreciate everyone joining, and we're going to do gold today. Okay, so we'll watch how that's moving. It's moving pretty crazy, guys. You guys have been watching this maybe on a daily basis, and it's making some incredible moves lately. So I just want to just remind you guys, proper risk management. You can see the size of the candles are much larger than normal, so you have to account your risk. So just go a little smaller sizing. We've got snipers in our group who are taking smaller sizing 0.1s, and they're holding them, and they're turning them into some pretty good profit. So it's not always, guys, you don't always have to go large sizing and panic when you get into a trade. You can take your time with it. Trade with the trend as much as possible. Gold has been pretty bullish as of late. You can continue to buy pullbacks, and let's just go from there. Okay, guys? I hope you guys are all doing good, and let's have some fun. So just starting with the news today, Wednesday, October 15. I like to look like right now, are we going to get any news coming in? So later on at 8:30 p.m., if you're trading anything to do with the Australian dollar, you have some high impact news, employment change, and unemployment rate coming out of Australia. So if you're doing like the Australian dollar, some currency trading, just keep in mind in the next 90 minutes, the Australian dollar is going to get very volatile, okay? And then us tomorrow, we're going to come back for some live New York, and if you're going to trade going into Europe tonight, later tonight, you do have some news. You got some London British news regarding the pound. You do have your UK GDP month-over-month folders, high impact coming out. Then London market opens up, and then we're going to get started in here around 6 a.m. So if you guys want to join us tomorrow morning in a few hours, in 11 hours from now, join us, okay? And then we're going to go till about 10:30 and watch the New York markets, okay? And earnings, guys, there is some earnings later tonight. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. So this is TSM is the ticker. They're going to report at 2 a.m. Eastern, pre-London. So this is a pretty big corporation in the semiconductor space, AI chips and things like that. So this is a pretty big company. So they're going to be reporting later tonight at 2 a.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow we're going to continue with the U.S. Financial earnings, the big banks. We got Charles Schwab tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. We have Bank of New York Mellon at 6:35. We have smaller regional banks, KeyCorp at 6:30. Continuing with M&T Bank Corp. You have US Bank Corp. So you guys probably seen this week, a lot of the big banks in the US have been reporting, and they've been beating the earnings out of the park. They've been destroying the earnings per share, and also 2-3xing the revenue. So big banks in New York, in America, are making big money, and that's probably continuing to carry these markets, guys. We keep saying, how is gold so high? How is US30 so high? How is NASDAQ so high? Tech, finance, uncertainty around the world are all pouring money into the US stock markets, into gold, into silver. And so just continue with that, guys. Just try and trade with the trend as much as possible. Don't over leverage because there's a lot of volatility. There is some candles that can destroy you in these markets in a matter of minutes if you're over leveraged, okay? So just keep an eye on those things. Trade smart, guys, and continue doing good things in the markets. News, our government shutdown increasingly likely to stretch into November. So the U.S. governments are still on shutdown. As of midnight tonight, it's going to be the 16th day that they're going to be shut down. How long will this go? I don't know. There's an article saying it might stretch into November unless they can come up with some sort of agreement over here. If you want to read a little bit about it, the article is here. S&P 500, NASDAQ swing higher amid earnings, a lot of the finance earnings. We're going to have tech earnings coming up very, very soon with the rate cut hopes that Powell's going to drop rates in the near future. So it's having markets continue to just skyrocket to these highs. Why Wall Street thinks the gold and silver boom isn't done yet? As I'm speaking, there's intensifying war with Russia and Ukraine. Is the ceasefire in the Middle East actually a ceasefire, or are they going to continue with with a war down in there, with the U.S. banks continuing to be closed? It might continue to get investors to continue to buy up gold. So it's not done yet. We hit over 4,200 US today. It could continue to go higher with small pullbacks. Okay, guys. So just continue staying with the trend. Stop trying to over leverage your shorts on gold. I see a lot of you guys, some of you guys are messaging me and say, Ron, I got my account burned. So stop over leveraging your short positions, guys. Just go in slow, and you got to know your counter trading. So you got to know how to trade if you're selling the markets currently right now. Okay. So just be smart about this. Trump confirms U.S.-China trade war. So that's another thing why gold might be getting attraction by investors. There's tariff wars again. Remember we were talking about this in April, how it shocked the markets. Again, we're talking about this. So tariffs are continuing. We've got 100% tariffs on China, and they're retaliating too. So it's continuing with this, guys. What else we got going on? United Airlines had earnings today. They beat on earnings. They issue an upbeat guidance, so that's pretty positive for airlines, travel, vacations. Let's see, what else we got going on here? Sorry, guys, I'm just going through this quickly so we can get into the charts. Salesforce forecasts revenue over $60 billion in 2030. Salesforce is a huge company, and it's listed in the Dow Jones for some of you guys that trade it. They're looking to make robotic workforce. We're going to be replaced soon by robots at our jobs, and Salesforce is one of the big companies behind that, starting this. They've had a successful run. They're going to continue into the future. Robots are probably going to take over our jobs in the near future. I know if you're doing any kind of factory labor, factory work, in the next 30 years is probably going to die off, and it's going to be robots doing a lot of the work, and it's going to be humans, just doing running the robots, right? One robot can probably replace 10 humans. And think about that. Yes, it's bad for us seeking work, but as a business, they look as a robot can go 24 hours a day, all year, never stopping, doesn't take breaks, doesn't go to the washroom, doesn't complain, doesn't take sick days. The robot just continues to go. Eventually, when there's breakdowns, then they get fixed, right? You guys probably know all about this too. So, Zanetta warehouses are filled with automation for shipping. I have friends that work in factories. Normally, they're delivering parts, supplies to where they're piecing them and assembling them together. Now they're getting laid off, and it's just like AGVs that are just taking parts to the line where they're being assembled, and it's eliminating humans from working at these factories. So we see it firsthand. All of us are seeing it. Just look at your grocery stores. There's the self-checkouts and things like that. That's all robotics, right? And it's taking humans away from that. So, we're smart. It's probably going to be the future in the next 10, 20, 30 years. So we have to adapt, learn, invest in these companies if we believe it, make some money. And, this is how you got to, the world is moving forward without us or with us. So we got to, join on and we can't stop it, but we can make some money with it, okay? So just think like that, guys. That's how I look at the markets, and I continue to do that for over the last 20 years, and I enjoy it. What else we got going on? Trump declares U.S.-China trade war, Besant floats long truce. Right now in the futures markets, S&P, they're pretty flat. Like it's up 0.4%. Dow is negative 0.4. NASDAQ is leading the way, 0.66. Gold is up 0.5% right now. And we're going to continue to get into this. Okay, guys? Our Discord, guys, if you need any signals, trade ideas, anything to help you guys out, we were firing off some signals today. NASDAQ longs, you can see we were targeting this area right over here, 24,670. Took that dip down, but then eventually it came back up, and then you got a closing body with a retest and nice V recovery, and from right there kind of shot up. Nice over 150 pips on NASDAQ. Also, we sent out a few gold signals as well, guys. You can see over here some sniper shots here. Who's this? This is Stewie, right? Stewie from Family Guy. He's a sniper too. We sent out some gold buys today. XAUUSD looking for buys above 41.96. It's unbelievable we're saying that. Looking for buys almost like above 4,200. And this is what we were looking for. You can see there was a little impulse break of this 4,200. Nice, like you can see a visual double bottom with the higher low liquidity right here. And then you finally get like a bar closing above and then just continue to take off. So, guys, if you need any help with signals, trade ideas, we give these out on a daily basis, Monday to Friday, depending on market conditions. And hopefully, like if you've done your charting, maybe this can help you out as well, okay? Guys, there's a free Telegram available for everyone on YouTube. I know there's not many of us on YouTube. There's 100 viewers right now. I know it's a shitty time, but also, guys, you know, if you're up and you want to trade this time, it's good sessions. You know, it's good for learning and things like that. So I appreciate all of you guys. There is a free Telegram linked at the top of the YouTube channel for you guys. So this was the market taking a little bit of a dump today. Post analysis, guys, if you want to trade with Dave, Dave doesn't come on YouTube. He does more of the private sessions with the snipers, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like kind of post New York and New York sessions. You can join the sessions with him and grab some pips. This is the sniper team grabbing some pips with Dave earlier today. And you know, like it's a whole team effort here at SST. It's no individual basis here. Guys, this is our website. If you do want to join, lots of education. If you want to kind of self-teach yourself, and then we also go live with you guys. So if you want to kind of brush up on your skills, anything to do here, I'm sure you'll find something in a course, a boot camp, webinars, lots of things. And we're going to start now revamping and doing some new things in the markets. Guys, check out our schedule because it's changed this week. So this is Wednesday. This is our live Tokyo session right now. Remember, tomorrow morning, we're going to come in 6 a.m. Eastern for a New York. Dave does post. And then Friday, guys, if you want to join me for a London session. I haven't done a London session in a long time. It's going to be pretty rough for me because it's 2 a.m. in my time, but I'm going to go from 2 to 5 a.m. because I have a busy Friday, so I won't be able to do any trading with you guys for New York. So I want to do this like a Tokyo, New York, and London, and we're going to be around the clock with you guys, okay? So just keep an eye on our schedule. Every single Sunday we update it, and then you can see how we're trading. Next week we're going to get more Tokyo sessions, these ones in. We might do some more swing trading in these Tokyo sessions, focus on the 4 hours, see how those things are working, and then we'll do a couple Londons as well, okay? And we just did some blogs for you guys. Remember this one, I talked about this one, the blueprint for successful trading. I hope you guys read this, please, guys. You know, like we don't just post these things just for waste of time. These are very important, guys. I hope you guys do read this and learn from this. This is if you guys want to use the SST Scalper Pro. This thing is like programmed and it calls out buys and sells. This was where it called out a nice 200 pip win with proper risk management. You can read it all over here. And also, we know that the US governments are shut down, and I thought it's time to do a little blog on it. And I'll review this tomorrow morning with us. If you guys want to review it later after this call, it's posted up for you guys, but I'll go over this tomorrow morning with us, okay? So just one last thing, guys. Thank you guys for everyone hitting the like button. We do appreciate it. It does help the algorithm. It does help us grow. It keeps us motivated to be here. We do appreciate it. So I just want to say sincerely, we do appreciate it. Thank you guys. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and help grow this team with us. And we'll continue to be here with you guys. Okay, so let's get into it. Gold, it's selling off right now. Okay, you can see it. These are on the 5 minutes and it's pushing down right now. It's 10 after 7. So we're going to do a nice top down, maybe 15 minutes. And we're going to get ready for 8 p.m. Eastern. That's when the futures market opens up. That's when we're going to get more volume coming into the market. Some of you guys may already be in a trade right now, but I'm going to kind of wait for 8 p.m. because kind of spreads are pretty shitty right now. And we'll see what they're doing, right? Okay, so let's get started, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Welcome, everyone on Zoom. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Samuel, welcome. Danny, thank you for joining. Ange, welcome. I'm feeling a little bit better, but you guys probably hear it in my voice. I got a runny nose. I still have this sore throat. I'm drinking right now some hot ginger tea with lemon. That's all I've been drinking. I still have a little bit of a fever, but we're going to get through it, guys, okay? And Zanetta, good evening. Justin, welcome. Thanks for joining, guys. And if you guys have any questions, let me know, right? Because we can do these sessions as education sessions. Sometimes they move pretty slow. If they move slow, you ask me anything, and I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability. I'm not a trading guru. I don't know everything. You know, I don't claim to be that. But if it's about price action, I'm pretty good with price action. I can help you with those things. If it's about psychology and mindset, I'm a trader just like you guys. I've been through it. I can help with that. But any other questions, I'll try my best. If I can't answer it, I'm sure someone on Zoom or YouTube can answer it for us. And we all work together, guys. We're all one team. We can all learn from each other, okay? And we got a lot of smart people on YouTube and in Zoom here, so we can all learn from each other, okay, guys? And also everyone on YouTube, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys as well. Charles, good evening. The Foreign Nurse, welcome. Thank you guys for joining. Romeo, welcome. Ghost Boogie, my man, welcome. Glad you're feeling. Thank you. I'm getting a little bit better. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Mate 10, welcome. Assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam. Welcome, all the way from Austria. Thank you. I love Austria. I fly into Vienna when I go to Albania almost every single summer. I either go to Germany, Frankfurt, or I go to Vienna, Austria. Austria is a beautiful, beautiful country, guys. If you guys have never been there, go visit Austria. It is beautiful there. Azrin, welcome. Thank you, guys. Trading with Confidence, welcome. Thank you guys for joining. Okay, guys. And if I missed anyone, I do appreciate everyone. Just don't have the time to give shout outs to everybody. We got to get started here, guys. So I'm going to do a top-down analysis. If you guys want to learn, you can start fresh with me and kind of mark up the areas that I'm marking up, points of interest. Maybe some of you guys already have your charts done and we can kind of maybe match it up. I'll try and go a little bit slower. I do talk fast, guys, so maybe some of you guys are getting used to that. But I can slow it down. If you guys want, I can slow it down. But you should see when we're scalping 1 minute candles. That's when I start losing my voice because I'm talking so fast. But let's have some fun. I'm going to go to the daily, guys. First thing, look at the monthly. The monthly is ridiculous right now. Like, look at this. Guys, these are monthly candles. Like, look at what we got the last 3 months. These are like what we call bullish soldiers. Like these things, look, they have the month of August. All of August has no wick, no drawdown. Closed right near the high and filled. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 months of wicks behind. That's where they were trying to sell gold. Sellers were trying to sell it in April. So, you know, when they announced tariffs. The month of May, they were trying to take it down. All summer. June, they tried to push it down. July, they tried to push it down. And you see, nothing really broke. And then August just came in and just kind of squeezed all those short sellers. And look at the month of September. So we had all of this accumulation in the entire months of April, May, June, July, and August. And they redistributed it to the upside in September and August. And look at September. No wick, guys. There's your firecracker pop. And look at all of that volume on gold. Again, closing right near the high in September. And we opened October with a slight, tiny, shallow pullback. Short wick, pop. If these were like 5-minute candles, I'm saying the same shit to you guys. I'm like, guys, that's a firecracker. Just a small pullback. You light that, like that wick, and then you if you ever played with firecrackers when you're a kid, this reminds me of that. You know, when you have a firecracker and you light it with a short wick, it's going to blow up in your hand. So this is the same type of analogy. You light that and look at all of that volume. Right now, again, look at, we're trading at the highest point of the month with 15 days left. So this is just to reiterate, guys, if you're trying to short this thing, look at what you're shorting. This is 3 solid months of barely any pullbacks. So if you're wondering why you're shorting and you're not being successful right now, go to the higher time frames and just take a snapshot of this. And anytime you will kind of want to start selling, you know, just remind yourself what you're going up against, okay? Yes, when we break this down from the monthly to the weekly to the daily to the 4 hour, we might start to see some push down, but this is still heavy, very strong. You look at RSI, again, guys, I call this the really silly indicator, RSI. It's relative strength index, but I call it the really silly indicator because this told us to sell right here when it was overbought, and it was just 2 bars, and that's it. And then it continued to go. It got overbought up here. Like, I'm talking really overbought. 85 on RSI is extremely overbought. That's when, you know, we should all be selling, right? If we follow this indicator. But price action is king. Price action dictates the way. Price action is a leading indicator. Price action is real. You can't go against price action. It's real time. And look at it now. We're trading at 92, 93 on the monthly. Like, this thing is insane. I don't even know what to say anymore. So guys, be careful. Like, this is, if you want, like right now, you know, to cut these candles in half real quick and find the point of control of that month, you definitely can start to do this on a higher time frame. You know, start cutting these things if there's ever going to be pullbacks. Good opportunity if this month pulls back. 4,025 might be a good area to buy. If it pulls back into September all the way down there, 3,650 might be a nice discount buy, right? And then where all these wicks are, you got wick, turn to support, 3,450. That's how you can continue to do this and watch for the next upcoming months, okay? But I'm gonna move off of these monthly. You know, if you go down to the weekly, even the weeklies are, look at the weeklies continuing to drive. The weeklies are, look, oh my God, RSI on the weekly is at 85, okay? So very overbought, but very strong. Remember, anything above 70 to 100 on the RSI is considered to be overbought, but it's still a very strong area of strength. So this is what causes short squeezes when you have a lot of sellers in the market, and it continues to drive. When we go into the daily now, okay, so remember what I've been talking about. Every time we start our calls, we always go on the daily. Do you guys remember our previous all-time high was 2,500 right there, or 3,500 was our previous all-time high. And then we were consolidating all summer. So I was talking about the month of April right there. And guys, get in the habit of stretching your zones into the future. There was a double top, come in May and push back down. We came in again in June, they pushed it back down. We came in again in July, pushed it back down. We came in again in August, they pushed it back down. Finally, it closed above end of August. And remember, September 1st was Labor Day in the United States. It was a US bank holiday. And then we started to move the next day, like September 2nd. So all of this volume now is above this red zone. So go ahead now and flip this red zone green and continue to stretch it into the future, right? And then you can see we're above 3,500, protecting this demand zone below us. Right now, we're continuing to drive. So what I look for is where there's some type of consolidation, flags. That's where I start to identify zones in the markets, okay? So first thing is there's a zone right here. And guys, we identified this zone back first 2 days, like September 8 and 9. So I always tell you guys, sometimes it takes just 2 bodies to identify volume, but get in the habit of stretching it into the future and you'll be pretty amazed at how it pushes up and then it comes back and retests that zone and continue to go. So that's a zone stretched into the future. There's another zone right here. You see, these are single bars just moving up. Then you get some consolidation. Bullish, bearish. Those 2 bars are bullish. Those 2, if you put that volume of that blue bar and that blue bar, it's equal to that black bar. So that's where it is a nice trap in the market right there. Trap that volume, stretch it into the future. You guys see what I'm doing? You guys got that? It's pretty basic stuff. This shouldn't be complicated. But you see what I mean? If you stack like this blue candle and this blue candle, you just move it backwards, like we're playing a game of Tetris, those two bodies of volume are equal to that black one. So that's where you can, identify a zone, just like that, right? You trap that volume. Someone will say, well, Ron, why didn't you go to get all the wicks? Something like that. You definitely can. That's the range. But I like to, myself personally, I like to trap the bodies. And then it shows me that there was an impulse break. That's how high it went. But then it got rejected and closed right there. Then I look at the closing balance and opening balance of each bar, right? And these are daily bars. These could be 5-minute bars. I would be doing the same thing. These could be 30-minute bars, and I'm doing the same thing. And then you can see how it's a bull flag. Bull flag has a high probability of continuing to go to the upside. Bull flag has a high probability of going to the upside, right? The only way we look to short moves is if you get that second leg coming down. You see this was one leg up. That black candle was the leg coming back down, but then when it came up those two blue bars right there, we should have seen a seller on this day on September 29 enter the market and push it back down. There's your M, your double top. Your second leg has traditionally more volume pushing down. Maybe we would have got a close, then we would have flipped that box red, and then maybe we would have been selling down into there. But you can see when they open that next day where you anticipate that bearish day, it's a bullish ignited candle continuing to fill, and the buyers are continuing to squeeze those second leg sellers, and it continues to drive. Here's another flag in the market right over here. We've got these two small bars right there, and you can definitely do that. But in a situation like this, I see that big blue one and then that kind of small pullback. So this is where I would go zone again on this one. This is where I kind of manipulate my own, sizing. It's kind of what I call freestyle trading. You kind of do your own thing over here. Someone will say, well, Ron, why didn't you stick to what you were just saying? Just like grab those two bodies, because there was too much indecision, right? And then I see it did move up and come back down. I see it did move back up kind of like an equal high and go back down. Then that next blue candle did move up and close right there. So I'm going to continue to open that up, because then I see the next day it opened bullish ignited, pop those wicks and continue to drive. So I still see we haven't transacted back down into this area. So again, see how I'm stretching all of my zones into the future. So obviously, the deeper you go down into the depth of market, the stronger it is. And the higher you go up, it's a shallow pullback, the weaker it is, right? But we still haven't even pulled back to even test anything down here. So just continuing to, continue to look at all of this stuff. Now I can see a fair value gap. See this big blue day that continued to drive? See the first pullback right here? You got that first wick pulled back right there. Sorry, I'll make it red and thicker so you can see it. Okay, see that first pullback right there, stopped. And then you see these two kind of equal high wicks to the left right there. And then you see that little bit of blue volume right there. Again, you can trap that. That's, again, you guys call that a fair value gap, right? You can see that has not been transacted. So that could be another zone in the market. You could even bring it down just a little further, if you like, to these bodies, right? And you give it a bigger zone to breathe down to those bodies. However, if you want to be completely accurate, you could go to the highs of those wicks, those equal highs. They push the market down. As it came right back up, that's where you should have seen a second leg come back down. You didn't. You see it continue to break, close near the highs, pull back, still haven't transacted in this zone. So that's where I would have another zone in the market if we pull back into there sometime maybe this week or next week. But look at us. We're continuing. So if we just follow this starting Tuesday, like Monday, start of the week, we closed above, first retest, held, short wick, continue, all-time high, and close with some volume. Again, look at yesterday how we opened up. Look at the bar, guys. Again, it's like a bullish ignited bar. There's just like a tiny wick. So transitions, guys, this is where I do points of interest, okay? So anytime like a daily bar closes and a daily bar opens, that's where I draw a yellow line. 4,140, body closed, body opened, okay? So that's a point of interest. If we ever do come back down into there, that could be where there's support. Like if it sells back down today or tomorrow, maybe right there, those buyers that open strong, maybe they want to protect their position, maybe they want to kind of buy it back up, and that would be like a double bottom, right? It could be, if they're protecting that position, maybe they're buying a little higher, right? And it doesn't even need to come down there. And then it's maintaining a little bit of this bullish volume. But let's just follow the volume from yesterday. Bullish, bullish, bullish. It filled the previous day's wick. So let's place a point of interest line at that resistance, because now I see volume closed above this wick. 4,180 could turn into support today. So if gold retraces back down, for example, if it comes down, that could be the first line of support where it grabs, that support and continues to go back up its wick and test back all-time highs. If it cannot hold there, then it would possibly break and come down and test the opening balance, right? But what I see is a big body of volume yesterday. So let's just continue to drive up. That was that new all-time high right there. So I'm going to go orange for an all-time high, 4,218. So just a couple dollars short of 4,220. And now what I want to do is find the point of control of this big bullish candle. So the way how I do that is I grab my Fibonacci tool, opening balance, drag it all the way up to the closing balance. And you see how close the 0.5 is towards that wick. So what I do is I just pull it down so it can be exactly at 0.5. That's exactly 50% of yesterday's opening volume and closing volume. And then the 618 and the 382, depending if you have them flipped or reversed, you might have, like I have the 618 here and the 382 here. You might have like the 382 or the 618. It's irrelevant, right? All I'm looking for is the zone. I want that zone right there. It's kind of the golden zone or the point of control. And once I identify it, I box it in and I stretch it into the future, right? And then I can get rid of my Fibonacci tool and I can continue with the analysis. So you guys understand that that's a very important point of control. If it does scale back into there, that could be possibly where there's buyers waiting back in there to buy on discount and take it right back up. If we lose this zone, like if sellers push it right through there and we close below there, then what we're going to do is we're going to flip that zone. We're not going to change the size of it. The zone is determined. We determine the size with the Fibonacci. We're not playing games with the size of it. We're going to change the color of it momentarily to represent that it could be now offers in the market. These sellers up here, if they push it all the way down and they close below that point of control, then maybe they're lowering their offers down into here. So the next logical thing is if we retrace back up there, there's going to be buyers always buying the dip. So when we come in here, are the buyers going to continue to take it back up? Or when it comes in here, is it going to get rejected and then we're moving back down? And then you can see that there's the lower low, coming back in, lower high, and then coming back down, taking out that would be our new lower low, and so on and so forth, okay? So, but that is a point of control that we want to watch going for tonight, going into New York tomorrow, and possibly for the remainder of this week. So right now it's still green. So we're all good on that. And then now we're gonna maybe get into a few scalps, maybe in the next little bit. So let's just follow how our bar closed today. So very bullish. It hit the new all-time high. And then at the end of the day, it got rejected. So it closed right here, opening balance. Let's place a yellow line at our point of interest, okay? And there's not a lot of volume in today's bar. It just opened compared to how much was trading yesterday, but it can continue big, or it can just be consolidating and then maybe just accumulating. Sellers could be accumulating, buyers could be accumulating. Maybe we're flagging right now and it could continue for a new all-time high, or we're going to continue to maybe push down a little bit. But right now it opened. Let's follow the volume. So when it opened today, it was initially bearish. It came down bearish, and that's our lowest point of the day. So I place a purple line at my lowest point of the day, and I place a purple line at the highest point of the day, okay? So I know if the volume comes down to that purple line, I know then we're testing the lowest point. And look at the number, guys. Okay, I always tell you guys, trading is very psychological. It's an online auction. Auctions like to transact at whole numbers, okay? Think about yourself going at a drive-through. If you're buying a coffee and it's $2 exactly, you're gonna hand the person two single $1 bills, and they're gonna give you a coffee, and then you just go on with your day, and the person behind you loves it because it's fast, it's efficient. But what if that coffee is $2.13? Okay, and I just have two singles on me and I don't have change and then I gotta get another dollar. I hand her $3, and then she's got to give me change. She's got to give me another 83 cents back. By the time they're doing all that, the person behind me is probably honking the horn and saying, hey, come on, hurry up. So that's, the markets don't want that. They don't want to lose. They want to be as efficient as possible. Think about it. The market makers and brokers are very greedy. They want to get as much transactions as possible, because transactions is commissions, spreads, volume, and that's what moves the markets. Once I started to understand more how markets operate like an auction, my trading went to a whole new level, guys. So do you guys understand? Are you guys starting to get better at these understanding psychological numbers? And these are whole numbers, just whole numbers. 4,000, 4,100, 4,200, 4,300, 4,400, 4,500, and then place more emphasis on those 25 points. You know, like when we're talking interest rates, 25 points, 50 points, 75 points, 1 whole point. So same thing with gold, $250, $500, $750, 1,000, right? That's how you can go about this. And then depending on your time frame as a trader, then you just, you know, I'm a 5-minute trader, so I don't go whole 250 points. I go more $5 moves on gold. 4,200, $42.05, 4,205, 4,210, 42.15, 42.20, 42.25. I like 50 pips for me. It's perfect. As a scalper, that's what I look for. Okay. And then if you're more of a 15, 30-minute, 1-hour trader, maybe open your zone to $10 zones. Go 4,200, 42.10, 42.20, 42.30, so on and so forth. And place heavy emphasis at 42.50, at 42.75, right? Does that make sense, guys? It's kind of like you're at an auction, right? But the auction is gold. It's not cars. It's not, you know, like, have you ever been to a car auction? If you haven't, go on a weekend to a local car auction and you'll see exactly how it operates. There's a bid, there's an ask, and cars normally sell at whole numbers, okay? It makes transactions easy. But we opened, there was initial drawdown, so our lowest point of the day, look at it, it's $4,199.33. So it's like a Walmart price tag, you know, a rollback. They rolled it back a little bit, giving us a little bit of a discount from exactly 4,200. So there's a good, right there, there's a live example of the lowest point today, and look, it's just a few pennies off of 4,200, right? And then the buyers came in, good transactions there. They held it, and it came back to the opening balance, $4,206 or $7, and we continued bullish. But look, our highest point right now in today's body has not taken out the all-time high. So we're like $2-3 away from taking out that all-time high. So it is technically a lower high right now in the market. And sellers came in. Whoever sold the highest point, the all-time high, is coming in, lowering some offers and pushing our bullish daily volume down. Is it going to come all the way down to the opening balance? And then that's where we're going to have a little dogfight between the buyers and sellers. And then if the sellers are stronger than the buyers at the opening balance, they'll flip the candle back down black. There's not a lot of range in today's candle. So anyone can take today's candle. Buyers can continue to take it out, new all-time high, and drive it, or sellers could bring it down to the opening balance, flip the bar black, bearish, and target this lowest point and drop it even further. So me as a scalper, just going through the bear scenario, if the sellers continue push it down, opening balance, break it, continue come down to lowest wick, yes, it might come all the way down to the top of this green box, 4,180. If you need to, draw a yellow line, because that is a point of interest, because we determine that size of the zone with our Fibonacci. So that's a very important area. However, me as a scalper, it would be nice if I got that whole move coming all the way down there. But what I do is, psychologically, I cut that zone in half. So just cut the tape. This is called reading the tape, cutting the tape. This purple line to the yellow line, cut it in half right there. That's how you can cut it in half if you want to be fast. And look at the number, 4,190, right? Look at the next number, 4,180. Look at the next number, 4,200. So those are those whole numbers. If you don't believe me that I cut that in half by just eyeballing this purple line and yellow line, take out your Fibonacci and go plot it from that yellow line right there, the top of that green box, to the purple line right there. And you see how exactly it's right at the halfway point. I'm pretty good at identifying where the halfway point is because I do this on the 1 minutes, okay? Sometimes when I smoke too much weed, weed, you'll see that my halfway point is up there. And then you guys know Ron smoked too much, but I haven't smoked anything. So you see how perfect my 50% line is, okay? And then that's what I could be looking for. And then I measure that move. If it kind of breaks today's low and it drops right there, guys, that's 90 pips. That could be my daily goal right there. I'm in and out of the market. Yes, it could go down further, but sometimes that's all I look for. The reason being why someone asked me the other day, said, Ron, why do you just look for that? It could go down further. This keeps me disciplined, right? A lot of us as traders lack discipline. That's what was one of my biggest problems when I first started trading, was being disciplined. When it came down 90 to 100 points, I wanted more. I got greedy. I wanted, obviously, like everybody, I want 150, I want 200, and then it would come right down here, catch a wick, and go right back up to where I bought in, and I kind of pissed away 90 pips, a daily goal for some of us. And then sometimes I wasn't disciplined to even go bring my stop loss to a break even. I would have an open stop, and then the market would reverse and come hit my stop loss. Then I was wondering what the hell just happened. It just dropped 90 pips, and then now I'm stopped out 90 pips. So that's like a 180 pip swing where I was in profit, hit my daily goal, but I got greedy. I didn't know how to bring my stop loss to break even, and then I had an open stop, and then the market came and stopped me out. So this keeps me disciplined as a scalper. Remember, I'm a scalper. If you're more of a swing trader, then you got a bigger zone. Don't put this yellow line there. Go from the purple to there, and just measure it like a construction worker, a tradesman. You measure all the way down there, so you're not guessing. That's a 180 pip drop. That might be your daily goal right there. If you're more of an hourly trader, that would be a great goal, 200 pips, 180, and then you mark it out perfectly. If it continues to come down and go right into the midpoint, the center of that box right there, just measure it from right there. It comes all the way down there. You know it's exactly 250 pips, right? You eliminate the guesswork out of it, okay? So right now we got this doji candle, bullish doji candle. We opened, we were initially bearish, we came up, lower high, and now it's coming right back down. So it's kind of just in this range right now. So yes, we could continue to break for a new all-time high. So our all-time high is 4,218. I want to go up to 25, right? Remember what I was just talking about, those psychological points? 4,225. Let's mark 225 with a yellow line. And what I like to do here is I like to draw a zone from that yellow line, bring it down to our points right now, and draw a red box. That's where I want to now watch tonight and go into London and go into New York and see if the sellers can continue to hold this zone down, and then maybe we're going to start to get our first leg coming down, right? You see this move, how it came up. Maybe if they hold it, we're going to continue to come down. We're going to test our lowest point. Again, what Ron said, we're going to test 4,190, maybe 4,180, maybe come right into the zone, and then it starts that next leg coming back up. If it comes all the way back up, I look first thing for a lower high or a double top, because I look for that second leg coming back down. That would be an equal double top. It could be a lower high like that. That's that A, B, C, D pattern. Or they could break it for a new all-time high, and then we're continuing to drive. Then, you know, we don't think about selling. Then if it continues to move, if it closes above this, we flip that red zone green, and we're continuing to drive, and gold is still going up to 4,250, maybe 4,300, and there's no stopping this thing. All pullbacks are getting bought up. But we have to identify some zones in case they do break down, because we got to start to maybe entertain some sells in the near future, because we're overbought on the monthly, we're overbought on the weekly, we're overbought on the daily, we're overbought on the 4-hour. There is some bearish divergence coming in on the hourly, so maybe we're going to start to get that one leg down. And guys, it could just be one leg down, just so you guys understand. What I mean by one leg down is it could just come down like this and go right back up. Okay, I know a lot of us want it to come all the way down in here and really break down, but you got to understand there's point of controls coming down where there's patient buyers waiting that never bought these highs that are patiently waiting in here. Okay, and then if you just want to go up the chain, 225, you know, if you're a scalper, 230, 240, you know, 250, and then just mark your next one, your big one would be 250, right? And then maybe if you want to kind of open it up a little bit, it would be 275, right? This is price discovery. We don't know. We've never traded up here, so we got to discover this zone. If we do, I like to do it with whole psychological numbers. There's 4,300, right? So you see how I marked it up? 225, 250, 275, 4,300, right? Now what I do is, let's start dissecting today's daily candle. I know it's pretty early, but we can still get some 4-hour analysis off of yesterday's volume. So let's go into the 4H now. Look at it, it's continuing to pump. We had a big 4-hour candle Tuesday to start the daily candle, 6 p.m. We continued. If you look at the pullbacks, they're just driving in that green zone, back up, right? Lots of indecision. Goes up, comes down, comes back up. But we're continuing to get up there. But look at the volume on the 4-hour is starting to, like taper off. We're not getting these big, huge bullish candles like we were. Now you see they're more indecision candles. So this could be a clue that the market is potentially the buyers are getting exhausted. They're getting tired. We know we're overbought on the monthly, on the daily. Even the 4 hours are overbought here at 80 on the RSI. So maybe we're going to start to get some selling pressure coming in. But again, I like to see sellers prove to me. I don't want to just see them sell down and it goes back up. I don't want to just see it come down and go back up. I don't want to just see it sell down and go back up. I actually want to see like a 4-hour black bearish bar, maybe close below today's lowest. Like I want to see a 4-hour bar come down and close black below there. So then the buyers, if they're bringing it back up, at least I can work with that bearish 4-hour candle. I can maybe find the point of control of that. If it comes back up, maybe we trade back into it and then they push it back down, right? Because this is still bullish. It's still got higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So the buyers could continue to drive this thing, okay? Right now, we got a little bit of indecision on this 4-hour candle. It's halfway through. It's almost at halftime. This is a 4-hour candle. It's got 2 more hours and 19 minutes to go. So we'll figure out where it could close. Right now, it's kind of just, just opened, initially bearish, came back right there, lower high. It didn't test the all-time high, and then they're pushing it down a little bit, right back to the opening balance of this 4-hour candle. So we're going to see now who's going to win. Are the sellers going to reverse this candle back down, or is it going to go back up, or just trade up and down here with indecision? What I also like to do now is continue breaking this down into the 1 hour. Now I start to see the 1 hour. There was some selling pressure today. Like you can see when we hit the all-time high, now it was Wednesday, 4 a.m., just right after London market opened up. Next 5 a.m., there was a big drop in the market. It was kind of like a big 5-minute candle that just dropped down, came in there, came right back up, closed, and then look at the next hour, bullish. Then we moved 7 a.m., bearish. Here's COMEX, 8 a.m., continue come back down, higher low, close. See where the volume is closing at this yellow line, 4,190. I see a lot of impulse moves to the downside, but buyers are continuing to close above 4,190. So then it came right back up again, strong at 10 a.m., and then they pushed it right back down. We were barcoding, where it was bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. And then again, 1 p.m. this afternoon, the gold dropped down, higher low, continue come right back up. Now we're building. 2 p.m., here's 3 p.m., power hour. There's kind of Wall Street close, 4 p.m. Now this is kind of these after hours trading. This is when the daily candle just opened. So it opened. There's 6 p.m., hit the lowest point of the day, came back up. And then right now, this hour, 7 p.m., we came back up. But see how it's lower highs still from the all-time high? And then we got a big bearish hourly candle coming down. It's closing in 17 minutes. And then when we get into our next bar at 2000 military time, that's 8 p.m. Eastern, that's the futures market. Are we going to continue selling down, maybe fill this wick, maybe attempt to break today's low? Maybe we might sell in the futures market if we look for a nice sell. However, it could barcode like this, where it's bullish, bearish, and then futures opens back up bullish, right? So we gotta be careful, okay? Because right now they're kind of just trading it sideways. If we look on the hour, this is bearish divergence, okay? I'm not a big fan of RSI, but when there is divergence, I just want to show you what kind of I'm looking at. See that move where it kind of was coming up? I'll do white lines here. See where it was coming up, coming up, coming up. Price is going up, but we still haven't broke that high yet. Okay, it tried. But look at the strength. The strength is kind of starting to decrease, right? Like from this peak, like over here, even from this peak where I just placed it, you can see that the strength is pushing down, right? But it could be a false signal. Like it could just come right back down, and then all of a sudden it could just go right through here and start getting overbought again and get strong and just break right through there. But right now, technically on the 1 hour, we have bearish divergence. The price is moving up, so maybe they're manipulating it up into this all-time high supply to grab liquidity and fill some sell orders. And then the strength is slowly decreasing where they could start to push this thing down, okay? But it's not materialized yet. Like it's, you know, when you're cooking something, you're cooking a nice stew, but it takes a while for that stew to be made, right? You don't want to eat it and it's not cooked, okay? And then there's a little bit of a trend coming up, right? So we still haven't really broke this hourly trend. So it's still strong here, okay? And now let's dissect this hourly candle because it's going to close in 15 more minutes, and let's go right into the 5 minutes. So these are our 5-minute scalp candles. They're pretty good sized candles. If we just kind of measure maybe the last one, this bearish one right here, let's just measure it just so we know like what is the range. I'm going to measure the entire from the high to the low. It's approximately 30 pips, okay? So that's not bad for futures market, 30 pips on gold. Sometimes when we trade these, you're lucky if you get 10 pips per 5-minute candle. So there's a lot of volume in the market. See, we're testing that daily yellow line, and you see how it just came down and it's bouncing back up. But what do we see on the 5 minutes? I see right here, kind of, you see these wicks right here? 50% of that bearish candle right there, okay? So this is when we got to look backwards, okay? 4:55 going into 5 a.m. today. You see how I just placed the red box right to that wick and that wick? But if I do it with my Fibonacci style, opening balance, closing balance, you see right there, there's the 382 and the 618 right there. So I get that point of control of that bearish candle. Then I can already see today, we traded in there, it got rejected. Traded in there, it rejected back down. So let's stretch that same box into the future. Then I see it right there at 10 after Wall Street today. 10, it came in there, back down. It came in there again at 10:20, back down, and had a selling leg. So let's continue with that same red box and go right into the future. Now it looks to me like it's like a shoulder, right? If I look here, kind of right, all of this is a left shoulder. We traded in it, back down. Traded in it, back down. Traded right into it, they brought it right back down. Now we closed above it, there's the head near the all-time high where it broke out, and then they closed it back below the zone. So look at the red box, it's still holding up. It came in there, back down. Came in there bullish, back down. Came in there bullish, back down. Came in there again, impulse, and they brought it down. So I see lower highs, lower highs. This red box right there, again, we just retested it right now. That was a live blue candle that just came into that red zone, and they're pushing it right back down, okay? So right now, you can look at this as left shoulder, there's the head, right shoulder, if you kind of want to look at patterns. And then if we just mark it from the highest point and bring it down to those wicks, point A to point B, and continue, we are pushing down right now. It could be a descending triangle ready to break this yellow line. We've already did a lot of damage when the market opened at 615, but you see how it came right back up. So let's see in the futures market if we continue to sell gold down and fill that wick down to the lowest point, and if we break. And if we break as scalpers, just look what's below the structure of the purple line. Right there, I see structure. See those two kind of equal bottom lows? That wick and that wick? There was the support, 4,195. So if we break 4,200, our daily low, it might come down right there to that red line, and it goes back up because then they're protecting this 4,190 daily position, okay? So we got futures market opening up in 13 minutes. So let's just continue to watch this volume, guys. I'm going to add the daily bar. I know it's a young daily bar, like this thing just opened a couple of hours ago, but there was the opening price. You can see when it opened, we can see the drop right there at 615. That's what's representing the wick, and then we came right back up, and then it pushed back up, and that's where we were bullish. And right now, this leg coming down is representing the daily wick coming down, and that's the opening balance right there, 4206, 4207, okay? So let's see if the sellers, and there could be impulse moves, right? If they push it down here, let's look for also closing volume, just like that black bar closed below. But when it came back up, it should have retested that and pushed back down. It actually went back up and closed above. That's why we got that bullish leg. So if we come back down and we close below there, we're going to, again, look to retest that yellow line and push and break the trend and maybe start to fill back down our daily wick and see what happens at the lowest point of the day and see if we break. However, it's still bullish. Like you see it tapped into that yellow line, back up, came down, higher low, and we're moving back up bullish. So let's see if they're going to continue to move it back up, okay? If the volume kind of closes back above here, we flip that red box green, we might be buying back today's daily wick into the, maybe test the all-time high and continue breaking out, right? So let's watch this, guys, okay? Does that help, everyone? We got 125 viewers. Thank you, guys. I know it's not the greatest time right now, but it is, you know, live Tokyo, live futures. Welcome, everyone on Zoom. What do you guys think? You think the market will open and we're going to kind of sell back down to the lowest point maybe, or bullish? Bearish below the yellow line, bullish above the red box. What are you guys thinking? Right now, we can trap all of the volume inside the red box and to the yellow line and just watch and see who accumulates more and how the market opens up. Get ready for volatility too, guys. Check your spreads too if you're trading with Forex. If you guys are trading futures, you guys don't have spreads, but see, I have a 1.6 spread right now. Normally in New York, when I'm trading gold, it's 0.4. It's less than half a pip. Right now, the spread is a little large, but I know that it's going to cool down as we get more into the futures market, okay? And guys, like when I come back for New York at 6 in the morning, like these are what I watch for. I already have like my lines already plotted, right? And then I just trade off of these lines. What I can do is I can add alerts. Like if it comes all the way down to this yellow line, right click it, add an alert. I got an alert created. So if it comes back down there, like if I'm watching the baseball game, which I'm going to be watching later tonight, the Toronto Blue Jays are playing Seattle, Game 3 of the American League Finals. They're down 2-0. They're shitting the bed right now, so tonight is a must-win for those Blue Jays. But if I'm watching the game and it comes all the way down there, I'll get an alert. That doesn't mean I just buy blindly, but I can watch, see, maybe it bounces there, maybe a double buy, then I look for a buy. If I buy it, maybe to the red line, grab 50 pips. If it can come up to the purple line, I grab 100 pips. And then I just be very disciplined. Take stop loss to break even, start taking out some partials, and leave a runner, right? That's what runners are for. Just, I don't leave my entire position, I leave a small runner. Okay, so you see, guys, we're just now consolidating in here. We're about, what do we got? 8-9 minutes away from futures market open. Okay, guys? Do you guys like this session? Is it late for you guys? If you guys are in Europe, it's probably 2 a.m. for some of you guys right now. I don't know what time it is in Asia, if you guys are in Asia right now. In North America, it's probably 7, 8, 9 p.m. for us. Ferdinand, it's good for you in Sydney. What time is it in Australia right now? You're what, 12 hours ahead? You're 8 a.m. right now? 11 a.m. Okay, so it's your morning. Yeah, a lot of you guys are from Australia. I see that. Okay, Aussies in the house. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chicago, Tim. I was in Chicago, Tim, a couple weeks ago. My goodness. The most beautiful city I've been to in a long time. Gorgeous. And those hot Italian beef sandwiches at Portillo's, oh my God. I could eat those every single day for the rest of my life. They were so good. 2 a.m. Mike in Zimbabwe. Wow. Respect to you for being here. 2 a.m. I'm going to do 2 a.m. Mike on Friday. So you know how difficult it is. But hey, no excuses. We got to make, some of you guys are working. Some of you guys, that's the time you trade. Just get in, guys, some of us, just no excuses, okay? Doesn't matter. I respect all of you guys. If it's 2 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 11 a.m., midnight, it's grinding, guys. This is what trading is. Everyone would love to just trade New York market every single day, but some of you guys are working. You got to make your time, right? I went through that grind phase in my life as well, but I respect everyone doing it, okay? But also remember, the markets are always open. Make sure you guys do get your rest. Make sure you guys do get your sleep, because when you're tired, you're going to make mental mistakes. So you got to be sharp every single day you come into these markets. If there's days where you're feeling sick, you're just not there, take the day off. I really, 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 really recommend that, guys. You know, so it's very important for traders. Okay, we're 6 minutes away, guys, and you see we're just kind of consolidating in here. Okay, Cash, bro, you don't have to do this, man. I appreciate you so much, but you don't have to give donations. We're not a channel that wants donations. We're here just to give love and learn education. We ask for a like and a subscribe on the channel, but everybody, again, send some shout out respect to Cash. I respect you, man. He is buying me a coffee every day, you know, actually 2 coffees today, but I respect you, man. Thank you. But you don't have to do this. Honestly. Cash, where are you from, man? If you don't mind me asking. Ferdinand, New York sessions are midnight for you. Oh, man. The States? Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, we're neighbors. I'm your friendly Canadian neighbor. South Carolina, nice, man. Nice. I'm a big Jordan fan. North Carolina. I got his baby blue jersey. Dave goes golfing in South Carolina. Country boy, me too. I'm a country boy. Okay, guys, get ready. Okay, so we got 5 more minutes, and we're gonna get futures market open. So right now, again, they're pushing it back up, but let's see what they do here. Will it close above here? Because look how many times it's impulsively broke out of here. Here it did at 7:05. Tested again at 10 after 7. Quarter after 7:20, 7:25, 7:30. All impulse candles, and then they pushed it back down. So is this going to be another impulse break, or is it going to physically close above here? And then are they going to push it up as soon as the futures market opens back up? Okay. Tony, your Wi-Fi is down. Get that shit together. We need good Wi-Fi when we're trading. No, you gotta have good Wi-Fi. Touring the city. You're from Toronto, Canada. Perfect, bro. I'm from London. I'm only 90 minutes away from you. YouTube is down, guys. Is it down for you guys? Guys, is Zoom okay? Is everything going good? On my OBS, I see that YouTube is working fine. Maybe it might be down for some of you guys. I hope we didn't get another strike and YouTube is shutting us down. I hope not. YouTube is good. I didn't say anything bad to get shut down. Look at the rejection, guys. Wow, okay, let's pay attention. 2 more minutes and 37 seconds to go. Okay, so remember, it came bullish, 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 and they just slammed it back down. So this red box is still holding up, okay? If YouTube is having issues, guys, that's not on me. You know, our Zoom is fine. Bearish shooting star, guys. Okay, I can't speak for YouTube, guys, you know. But on my OBS, I see it's working fine. I can see, I can scroll, I can see the candles moving, and I can still read you guys in the chat. So I apologize, guys, but I don't work with YouTube, right? If there's issues, there's issues. Oh, it's all streams. Okay, no, it's all good. Hopefully, then we don't have any issues tomorrow for New York. Can you guys at least still hear me? As long as you guys can hear me, you know. But look at that, okay? So if you were in buys going into futures, look at, they slammed it back down, okay? But I see 3 wicks. So are they going to break this and possibly push it down? So if you're entertaining an impulse candle, right? Sometimes, you know, with bigger markets, bigger exchanges opening up, London market, futures market, Wall Street, Comex, they could kind of redistribute volume, but if we're gonna wait for bodies to close, right? Unless you have kind of an intuition, but there's too much. Again, they're just bringing it down, back up, bringing it down, back up, back down. So maybe we wait for the first 5-minute bar to close, unless you want to entertain an impulse move. Okay, you could even go cut these 5-minute candles and go into single 1-minute candles if you like, right? You can wait for that 60-second candle to close and determine, but we're going to stick with the 5s. Again, we got an indecision candle. Remember, it was initially bullish, then they slammed it back down, came back up. Here's the close in 20 seconds, okay? Let's see if they kind of fake out the market. Let's see what they do. And I will verbally tell you guys if I go in a buy or sell. So that's what I'm saying. Can you guys at least hear me? Maybe if the chart froze, but at least you guys can hear me, okay? And don't over leverage, guys, please, okay? So open bearish, okay? Flipped, back blue. We're like kind of right at this trend line where I plotted it. I'm more concerned with the red zone, okay? But it's got a higher low, higher low, higher low. So it's still got some bullish volume. We're going to concentrate on gold on this session. We'll do NASDAQ, US30, and gold again tomorrow for our New York session starting at 6 a.m. Right now, we're going to go for another like 45 minutes to 1 hour tonight. So we've already did gold. Let's watch gold. Let's stick with gold. Okay, so we got a bearish bar coming down. Will it fill all of these wicks, or will it just come down a little bit, get a higher low, and just continue to dance inside this zone here? Gold is very tricky, okay? It's one of those securities, man, you love and you hate this security. Some days we love this security, some days, man, I never even want to look at gold ever again. But it's one of those things that keeps us coming back. It just keeps us coming back for more. I don't know what it is, but this thing, I think as it moves 24 hours, it moves like right now. It moves in Europe. It moves in New York. It moves in midday. It moves all day, every day. Like, and it's insane. Like, I think that's why we love this thing. Justin, has everyone's spread been high all day? I can't speak for everyone, but I was trading it earlier today. Again, I was about 0.4, 0.5 normally what it is. But right now, like my spread right now, Justin, is 1.6, 1.5 right now. So it is 1 pip higher than I normally trade right now. Okay, so we got the bearish candle coming down now. So what we got to watch for is, remember, this is opening balance, this yellow line, okay? So let's watch closely. Let's see what they do. They did break it down here at 740. And let's see if, okay, so we're getting it down there, right? So kind of continued pushing down, lower low, came back up, lower high, new lower low, came back up, lower high, new lower low. Candle's going to close in less than 2 minutes. So best thing to do is, if you don't want to take this trade right now, let's wait to see where this closes. Let's get our cut line. We're going to cut the body in half when it officially closes, right? And if it closes below here, you know, it might open again, you know, bearish ignited and just continue push down. But right now you see it impulsively broke, coming back up with a wick. Okay, so is this going to be a fake out, or is it going to actually close with bearish volume? We got another minute and 24 seconds to go into the close. Okay, so right now it is bearish. Some of you guys maybe were in a sell. I'm waiting for this full 5-minute candle to close. Maybe I could sell a pullback when it officially closes. Okay, so from the higher time frames, it was showing, when we did our analysis, was showing this nice little head and shoulder pattern. So it is continuing to play out, but let's see some closing volume. Points of interest were these 5-minute bodies right there, kind of when the market opened up at 10 after 6, came down to the lowest point of the day, but that's where the volume closed, 4,205 right there. So let's see what happens. 37 seconds to go into the close. Yeah, guys, I know YouTube is not working. There's nothing I can do. I guess it's all around. I hope it's working for our New York session tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Okay, so here's the close. 10 more seconds. See, I got a wick coming right back up. Look at where it might close, right virtually at that opening balance again. Oh, YouTube is working fine. I guess it's working for some of you and not. But guys, I got to watch this candle. Okay, there's the close. Okay, so let's see cut line, exactly where I placed it. That's about 50% right there. Okay, so let's see if they reject it right now. The opening balance is bullish. So right now it's coming into 50%. Let's see if it gets a wick and push down, right? Let's see if they can push it back down. It's coming in bullish. So it's still respecting the opening balance. Buyers are bringing it right back up. That's where the point of control of that first 5-minute candle is. Let's see if they can push it down. If not, then you see that the buyers are still there. They're still pushing it right back up. Let's see if it gets rejected. Okay, so you see the rejection right there? Okay, so it got rejected. That's what we wanted. It was just a little higher. That's, again, if you use kind of the Fibonacci for the point of control, a little bit above, a little bit below that 50% cut line. Still coming back up bullish. Okay, so trading right at that 50%. We're still in this consolidated zone. Will it push down? Will we get this move? Okay, so it's good rejection. We've got 3.5 more minutes to go. Still trading right at that 50%, okay? It's going to close in 3 more minutes. So guys, just make a mental note how many times it comes in here and how many times it gets rejected. Goes down back to the opening balance of the candle, comes back in, they reject it back down. Comes back down, goes back up, they reject it back down. So I make mental notes of that in my head. So I'm counting all those times. So like one more time they push it down would be like the 4th time. But right now it's a big bullish candle. Okay, so is it going to engulf that previous bearish bar? Are we going to attempt one more time in the bigger red box? Again, we're barcoding. Bearish, bullish. Okay, if it closes engulfed above here, we could continue to break out to the upside. But when it's trading again in this zone that I've marked off, again, it's consolidating. I know sellers are selling, buyers are buying. It's coming right back up through here. Okay, we may, if it closes above, we might flip this red zone green, and maybe it's going to go attempt one more time today's daily high, maybe the all-time high up here. Guys, I apologize if YouTube is not working. I don't know what to do, right? It's working on our side. I see a lot of you guys say in the UK it's not working for you guys. I have no idea. Is it just our channel, or is it... Or is it all of YouTube? Is there any other live traders on right now that is working? For some of you it's good, some of you guys it's not working. I don't know what to say. Oh, the YouTube servers are down, it's going to be fixed. Okay, guys, so that opening balance, you know, we still got to trade here. Still got to watch trading. That opening balance is holding back up bullish. It's closing in 50 seconds. So, again, that cut line now, I'm going to follow this big bullish candle, okay? The buyers are showing me how strong they are. If it closes back above here, flip that zone green, might entertain a pullback buy and continue to take gold up to today's daily high, maybe to the all-time high. It's a strong candle. Okay, but they rejected it right at the top of the zone. They rejected it back down. Let's look at the closing price now in 10 seconds. Okay, so it might be back below that red zone. Next bar could open black and come back down. It didn't close above, right? So I can't flip the zone. It's black again. So are they going to bring it down bearish? If it does, I want to see now, will buyers step in at a shallow pullback, create a wick, or will it represent 50% here of the blue candle, come in here, get a higher low, and continue to drive, okay? We might have to continue to buy this. You know, we fill these wicks, we could drive right through here. But I know it could just, you know, consolidate in here too. So we got to be careful. But could be entertaining maybe a buy here, guys. Yeah, I'm going to go in for a buy. I'm going to test this out to see if we can fill these prior wicks. We've got a lot of impulse wicks that we can fill and continue maybe to get up to our highest point. I'm going to place my stop loss below the opening balance of this big bullish candle right there. My stop loss is just going to be below here, okay? So I'm going to see, I'm going to buy, if you guys can hear me on YouTube. I'm going to test out to see if we can fill these wicks. Up to there would be about filling those, all of these wicks right over here would be about 20 to 25 pips. And maybe then I could go to a break even. Let's see here, okay? So I'm looking to fill these, this wick here. See if it can continue to build this and drive through here, okay? I want to kind of follow with this big bullish candle, but if it needs to pull back, maybe I'll just mark up my bullish control zone of that candle, opening balance, at the opening balance of today's daily candle, right? And then there is the 618, the 382 right there, okay? And then I can just move my cut line exactly right to 50% and see what we do here, okay? So I'm in a buy. Welcome. Good morning, Trevor. Welcome. Okay, so if it fills that previous wick, it's about 13 to 15 pips. But yeah, there's 13 pips. But I want to see if it can fill all of those wicks right there. All of these wicks behind. Remember all of those impulse moves we had? Then that would be about 25 pips. I'm going to go to a break even. If it taps into that red line and a little breaks out. Okay, so guys, I'm verbally telling you guys this. Okay, I'm at a break even now. It hit 23, 25 pips, break even time, and can start to scale out a little bit. Up to there's 30 pips, right? If we can get up right up to those bodies of interest, 4,000, 2015, that could be approximately 37 pips. So I have zero risk in the trade. I hope you guys can hear me on YouTube. But I'm in this, but at break even now, okay? So we're gonna see if we can continue building until we go into the close in the next 2 minutes. And then I wanna see if we get volume closing above this red line, we could build this into support. There we go, guys. Nice 35 pip push. Okay, take some profit if you guys like. It's a quick scalp with zero drawdown, right? But if you want to continue hold, Let's see what we get out of this. If I have zero risk, I can continue to hold this. So you see, guys, I just waited for that kind of fake out candle right there. Waited for 805, bullish engulfing. Figured out my point of control. The daily opening balance held, pulled back. I took the buy right there. Right there. I was telling you guys, I want to see if it will fill all of these wicks. That's where we came and got those stops on those sellers. And it was a nice little move here. But let's see if we can maintain this going into the close. Okay, we got another minute 10. Let's go. Let's. I want to get to those bodies right there. Remember, that's our highest point of the day. That purple line. That's our wick. That's our all-time high. The orange line right up there. Okay, so right there, 37 pips. If we break out the red line, 40. Okay. Yeah, 40 pips right there. I'm going to take out 80% right there. I just hit half my daily goal right there. Okay. I'm taking out 80%. I'm in with a standard lot size. That's pretty good money. Okay? Perfect. That's that at the purple line is 50 plus pips, and we're tapping into today's daily high. So not bad, guys. Not bad. Okay, let's watch the close. Remember, each one of these red lines can turn into support. The deeper it is, but that's going to represent 50%. I guarantee you, this red line right here. Okay? We're 10 seconds into the close. I'm at a break even with 20%, and I took out 80% up there, okay? I know that your YouTube is down, but I want you guys, if you can hear me verbally, okay? There it is. Ignited bar. We just opened ignited. Let's see if we can continue filling. There we go. We popped the wick. We could drive right up to our daily high, okay? And get, there it is. That's perfect, guys. We're not too far off from the all-time high. If it gets up there, that could be 75 to 80 pips. To that orange line. Find 50% again of that previous bullish candle. Find your zone. It's bullish ignited, guys. It's filling up and driving. I'm going to close my entire trade. I just hit my daily goal right there. Right before the Blue Jays game. That's perfect. I'm out of the trade. Everything out. You guys like these live Tokyo sessions? These are fun. Okay? So find, if you guys are continuing to run this thing, find your zone. 618382 right there. You got, in case it pulls back in here, you got your zone, right? The big red zone should be green now, but look at that ugly wick, okay? So that's why, guys, I told you I'm getting out. That was more than enough for me, right? It came right in there. We took out today's daily high. We just missed our all-time high by a few points. I'm not greedy. I told you guys, I'm not greedy. That's 65, 70 pips. For an Asian session in 10 minutes, guys, don't get greedy. Grab your money, but it's still holding that ignited head. So maybe it could continue to fill. If it can close with blue volume above that purple line, it could technically continue to drive right to that all-time high. I'm no longer in this trade, guys, so if you guys are still running it, I'm going to sit here with you guys and I'll continue analyzing, but that's all I do. You know, some days it works like this, some days the volume doesn't cooperate, but today was beautiful. It opened right down, took out that. Remember, I placed that red line, did not break those bodies, came back, closed right there. Next candle, 805. Opening balance. That's why I tell you guys, every candle is opening balance. Transitions. This candle opened, bullish ignited, filled that wick, drove. Look at when it came all the way back down. It's still holding that bullish ignited open, and it's still filling up, right? Again, they're going to try and smack it down. Let's see if it continues to hold that opening balance. Samuel, your first trade in a month and made your double your daily goal. Congratulations, brother. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Vinny, you're out with 77 pounds. My man. Good job, guys. Guys, hit the likes in YouTube if you guys got in. I'm sorry that YouTube was down for some of you guys, but I hope you guys got part of this. So nobody on this call should be at risk. Everyone should be at a break even, and we should have all taken out some partials, okay? That's just my opinion. If you're running a trailing stop loss, let's see if where this body will close, you can trail it behind. But that ignited bar is very strong open, okay? Father Doug, you caught 40 pips? Bless. Bless. Wow, we're not too far. That orange line is the all-time high. Holy shit. If we can close with volume above here, my goodness, we could make this purple line temporary support and continue to fill to tag that all-time high and maybe even higher. The US dollar is dropping right now, so it's great for gold. Wow, DD Nicer, you passed your phase 1 of your challenge. Congrats, bro. That's amazing. Good stuff. Okay, 60 more seconds to go into the close. Okay, so again, they've rejected it. Big rejections 3 times, but we're still holding that opening balance. See how strong that ignited bar is? And it continues to refuel itself like a rocket. So it's just continuing to get orders. I hope we can squeeze out of here and take out that all-time high. I'm no longer in the trade, but I hope for you guys that we can continue to drive through here. I'm going to live through you guys now. I'm watching the Blue Jays game too. And making money. Life is good. Here's the close in 30 seconds. Oh, wow. One more good push. Let's take out that wick and just drive right up to there. To that orange line, guys. That would be about 75 to 80 pips. Holy shit. This volume in these markets is unbelievable. Wow, this purple line could represent the cut line. Here we go. Oh my goodness, guys. Here's the close. Okay, we're closing near the high. Maybe we'll get one more ignited bar. Pop that wick. Firecracker. Right now. Hold, hold, hold. It is bullish. Oh, they got those tweezer top highs. That's nasty, okay? So this is manipulation at its finest. Okay, they're holding it down, now bringing it back down. So what we got to do is tag the purple line and catch a wick there. That was the previous highest point today. So let's see if it acts as support right now, okay? Even a wick right there would be nice. Sergio 4,300, man, wouldn't surprise me. There's the wick, okay, guys? There's our wick. That's a perfect where we want it. We want it respecting that purple line, right? That was the previous highest point today. We just closed above it. We got a wick. There's a little bit of a fair value gap right now, guys, for all you fair value traders. There it is, right there. There's your fair value gap. See the wick? That's why I said that purple line is going to turn into support. All we got to do now is flip our bar bullish into a pin bar, turns into a hammer. We're driving to that orange line and we're breaking a new all-time high for gold. And that's going to be 80 plus pips for some of you guys. There's the hammer. Now we're just going to drive up, squeeze all these short sellers that are continuing to short gold. And I said, guys, trade with the trend. Okay? There you go. Look at that. A perfect, proper retest, guys. If you guys want education, that's education. That's how resistance, volume closing above, turns to support, and you got a fair value gap below in case it comes back down. Okay? Right there. We just tapped into the all-time high. Okay, so you want to do something there, okay? If I was still in that trade, I would be doing something right there. That's not just like a normal resistance. That's an all-time high, okay? Man, what is this? Guys, my why is my trading view glitching over here? Oh man, you guys are silly. Oh man, guys, we're having some fun tonight. Man. Oh man. I think this is Dave, guys. Dave is the market maker for gold. Okay, guys, that is fantastic. Guys, we're going to wrap up this call in 10 minutes. You know, it was a beautiful call. The Blue Jays game is on. And, wow. Man. How are we doing, guys? Everyone on Zoom, YouTube, we're doing good, guys. Like, that's a 90 pip trade. I'll mark up 100 right there. 4,220 or 4,221. Get some money out of the markets, guys, because That's it. We're going to wrap up this call in 10 minutes. Let's take this profit with us tomorrow morning for live New York at 6 a.m. Eastern. Subscribe to the channel, guys. We're going to do more of these Tokyo and London sessions. Hit the like on YouTube. Man, the markets are fun, but use proper risk management when you guys are trading. Man, oh, that's beautiful, guys. That's I love it because look at the candle. Remember the bullish daily candle? It just dropped. Look at what they did. Like when you recap it, it was lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, right back down to the opening balance and just started. Right there, we took the trade at 4,210. And look at it going. Okay, that's 100 pips. Guys, grab some money, guys. Okay, don't be greedy. It's been a long time since I did a Tokyo session, and to catch 3 candles on gold for 100 pips. I remember when we were trading this, and we were dying for 20 pips for 1-2 hours in the markets. Now we're getting 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. The volume and the volatility in the markets is unbelievable. Stay disciplined, don't get greedy, and do your thing in these markets. Nostalgic, you think I should do more sessions? We'll do more. Next week we're going to do, Monday will be this session, Tuesday we'll do it, Wednesday we'll break it up, we'll do in New York, Thursday another Tokyo, and then we'll finish off Friday with a London. We'll do other sessions, guys. We'll trade around the clock with you guys. And then Dave does New Yorks and post New Yorks as well. Okay, look at now. The orange line, the previous all-time high, could be support, and look at how it's representing 50% of that bullish volume. So that could be the support now going forward for a little bit to continue to go higher. But if it pulls back, guys, look, it could pull all the way back if you're still in this, right back in there. It's left behind that bullish fair value gap, right back at that previous daily high. Could be back to support there and continue to take it back up for another leg back up. Oh, shit. Seattle's up 2-0 right now. Damn. That kind of ruined it for me. Good trade. Now Jays are losing 2-0 in the first inning. Man. Guys, if you guys want to see us do more sessions like this, hit the likes, subscribe to the channel. I know that YouTube has some glitch, has some issues, but if you guys are running this, congratulations. That's approximately 100 pips, guys. Man. Sergio, good job, brother. I love your picture of your dog. It's so cute, man. What's his name? The little Frenchie. I want to get one for my daughter. Julio. That's Julio. He's cute. I love the colors of him. What color is he, Sergio? Such a beautiful color. Nostalgic, what is my broker? Fusion Markets. Fusion Markets. Tant. I use this broker, guys. They're based out of Australia. We got a lot of Australians here. Fusion Markets. Unfortunately, if you're from the US, you can't use this. And if you're from my province, Ontario, Canada, you can't no longer use this. Any other province in Canada, you're allowed to. This is an amazing broker, guys. We're not affiliated with them. I'm not here to plug them or anything like that, but they got fantastic spreads. The fills are perfect. Look at the commissions, $2.25 per side. So it's got the low commissions. They're really good, guys. You can check them out. They're one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best brokers out there. You can take a look at their everything. You can take a look at their spreads and see for yourself. I've had this broker for over 15 years. No issues with them. Payouts are very fast, efficient. Guys, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't but that's, you guys asked me, that's who I use. That's who I use. I don't use a prop for I trade with my own money. Whoa, holy shit. Oh my God. Guys, 4,225 is all the way up there. Oh my God. Holy shit. Gold is ridiculous. My God, guys, that's 130 pips. Guys, that's it, man. What a way to end the call. Amazing, Samuel. You closed remaining 40%, keeping 10%. Samuel, it's amazing. You're banking money. You got runners. Don't worry about the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Sergio. Oh, man, look at him. Oh, he's the cutest. Oh, my God. Will you let me babysit him for a couple days? I'm going to show those pictures to my daughter. He's too cute. Guys, that's a banger right there. Right there to 4,225. Guys. Yep. So kind of review this, you know, but review why we took the buy, why we were looking at it. Guys, we let 8 p.m. open up, futures market. We saw it come down, didn't close, you know, it kind of came back up right there when it opened. I waited, bullish engulfing candle, come right back up. We figured the point of control, opening balance, very strong balance. And then, you see, guys, I went in on an impulse too myself. I didn't wait for this bar to officially close. You see, when I went in, as soon as it opened, right there, that's when I bought. Because I had a feeling we were going to backfill all of these wicks and backfilled all those. And then we closed above, near the high. Next bar just opened, ignited, continued to drive. And then you see the pullback. We pulled back right into there. There's that bullish fair value gap. Previous high, purple line, turned to support. Continued to drive. I unfortunately closed out 80% in the entire trade down in there. I feel like an idiot, but whatever. You know, like I'm happy. I went in with a little larger sizing than normal and got my daily goal out of there. So, guys, that's it. There's nothing more else to do on this call. We got in. We did some analysis. We caught a banger. It's all good. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go get some sleep. We'll see you guys 6 a.m. Eastern. Get ready for New York market. And let's see how gold is continuing to move. We're going to do NASDAQ and US30, guys. So I appreciate everyone on Zoom. I hope you guys had some fun. I know it's late for some of you guys. That's it. That's what we do. Stay disciplined. Get your money. Get out of the markets. And go to sleep. And we'll see you guys in a little bit. 6 a.m. Eastern, guys. If you're running this, congratulations. Holy shit. Like, this thing is, man. I can't. 150 pips in Tokyo in future. This is unbelievable. Man, is this New York or is this, what the hell's going on here? Guys, if this closes above this red zone, flip this red zone green. What I would do is figure out 50% of it and maybe draw a little green zone in case it pulls back. But guys, that's it. You know, I hope you guys had a great call. Like the channel, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in just a couple more hours at 6 a.m. Eastern. Okay, guys? Have a good night, and we'll see you guys. God bless. See you guys. I had a fun time on this session. I haven't done one of these sessions in a long while, and I'm super pumped, man. This is awesome. I can't wait for London on Friday morning as well, okay? So refer to our schedule, guys. Right over here, live sessions, so you know when we're trading. Dave does some New Yorks and post-New Yorks in the Zoom, and then any one of these with me, you see the YouTube and Zoom logo. This was us tonight. We're going to come back in a couple hours. We're going to do a live New York, 6 to 10, Dave is post. And then Friday, guys, I'm going to do a London session with you guys, 2 a.m. Eastern to 5 a.m. We're going to do pre-London and all of London and be done at 5 a.m. Okay, guys? And then next week, we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Tokyo. Wednesday will be a New York. And then Thursday at Tokyo. And then Friday, again, we'll try London. Okay, guys? We'll switch it up for a little bit. And then we'll be all over the clock. I hope you guys like different sessions and continue to learn. If you guys want to join the team, you're welcome to. StockSniperTrading.com. Join the team. And also, we got a few blogs out there. Guys, follow your blueprint to successful trading. Here's your Scalper Pro blog. Learn all about that. And then a little blog we did on US government shutdown. I'll go over that tomorrow. And we'll talk all about that on tomorrow's call. Okay, guys? Because the US governments are still shut down. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. I hate that YouTube had some issues, but hopefully YouTube got their shit together and you guys caught that trade with us, okay? Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys 6 a.m. Eastern. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone on Zoom. Have a good night, everyone on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Pray for the Blue Jays to win tonight, please, guys. And then Ron will be in a good mood tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.